some cleaning of the bikes because we just finished the Madawaska Trail maintenance run at Loggers Loop in Madawaska, and we always just want to make sure that after a run we take a look around, make sure no lines got snagged, no damage anywhere. Typically we'd have the pressure washer out if there's a lot of mud, like good chunks of mud and stuff, just to get that off first, but because it's just a little bit muddy today, we can hand wash it. And we want to make sure, just a note, if you are using a pressure washer, stay away from the rad. You're going to want to wash that just with regular garden hose kind of pressure, because the fins in the rad, they can get bent fairly easy. It's just aluminum, so they're super pliable, and if those bend too much, you're not going to get that airflow that you need to keep your engine cool, so you might find some overheating. So just one area to be careful of. But everywhere else is pretty much fair game. So again, today we're not going to be pulling out the high pressure washer, but just for if you do, it's good to be careful. Why you want to do this after every run is just in case, you know, you always want to be ready in case a good trail ride comes up so that your bike's ready to go at any given time. That's pretty much how we like to fly. Just, yeah, be ready.
Yeah, just keep care, a little bit of pride of ownership.
Yeah, keep them new.
You spend all this money, you might as well keep care of them. And
yeah.
I know a lot of people say, well, it's an ATV, it should be muddy, it should be whatever, and that's fine, all to you, that's all good, but we like to wash them up here.
Yeah, get the mud off, and it'll last a bit longer if we take care of it. So,
right on, dude.
Your investment.
Done rinsing, we start just giving a little bit of a soap and hand wash just to get all the junk off of it, and the stuff that, if you leave mud, it really taints your plastics, and not a big deal, but if you're gonna go this far, you might as well keep care of everything, because mud will rot spots and your plastic's never the same after that. So like we said, just a little bit of pride of ownership, and it's really nice that when you do maintenance after this, everything is clean and not full of crap. And so Cass is just doing that. I'll rinse right behind her. It's gonna look sharp. So as she's kind of scrubbing it down, what we like to do is just rinse section by section so you don't get soap spots all over the place. That way you know, you're getting what you put your time into. There's always a little bit more after you dry. You realize there's more stuff, and it's not a big deal. Just take your time, enjoy the day. It's pretty nice out, eh, babe?
It's hot.
It's hot, yeah. We'll be hosing ourselves down there after this.
Yeah. To my section.
Let hers dry, and then we'll start taking care of the plastics and tires afterwards. Then we pull the seats and whatever storage containers and stuff like that and wash underneath it. And then we pull them in and we'll do some maintenance. One product I do like to use is the Super Clean for my rad. And I just let it in there.
Kyle's just starting to give his a good scrub. What are your problem areas on the Can-Am, babe?
There's a lot of little nooks. I'm a bit of I really like my bike clean when I'm done using it. So there's a lot of little spots, little pieces like the top of the rad here, the snorkel extension, there's always something. So there's a lot to pay attention to when I'm cleaning the bike.
And in a second I'll be giving it a rinse right behind you.
Okay guys, so now we've rinsed the bikes, we've started washing the bikes. We used a variety of products, and what I like to do at this point, because you're going to notice the plastics are all covered in scratches and the scratches are carrying mud, so we don't just end it there. What we're going to do is we're going to use a variety of products to actually shine the plastics up. And then we're going to scrub the tires down. I like to leave tires last so that when you're washing, all the dirt from washing your bike off isn't just scratching everything up. So we're going to continue doing that. We've got both bikes pretty well done at this point, and we're going to move on to try the tire shine. I think that'll work pretty well. I've seen it work. I just haven't tried it myself on my own bike. So we're going to run off to the store and get some of that while the bike's dry, because you don't want to really use it with water. The water and tire mixture doesn't really do very well. So we're going to move on, and we're going to keep going, get these things real clean.
So as Kyle's doing the rims, what I typically do is I take a look around as the bikes are drying, see what kind of spots we missed. It's a good time to do touch-ups, like a little bit of mud here. I saw some spots right in here. So you don't want that to stand out once your bike's nice and shiny. Little parts in the grill in the front. And I'll be doing the same on his bike. Just doing a quick walk around before it's too late, before I empty out the bucket and have to start all over next time. But like Kyle keeps saying, it's pride of ownership. You want to get it right, and now's the time to do it.
Just gonna rinse off the entire.
Yep. To consider while you're doing this is get your helmets clean, really, because it's going through the same stuff as your bike is, and you're gonna get some mud, you're gonna get some dirt caked onto there. So just take the hand cloth or whatever you're using and clean your bike, and go around on the helmet. I usually take the goggles off. You can use the same thing for your lenses, or if you want to be very specific, you can use kind of like a glass cleaner, or you know, the stuff you use for glasses. You could take these out pretty easily, give them a good wipe. And I typically rub a cloth down the band, just let that dry. But one thing you do want to do, if you do clean your helmet, mine's full of soap right now, I haven't rinsed it off just yet, is if you get any of the inside wet while you're doing this, which I have in the past, just make sure it's in a nice aired out area where you are going to get that to dry. Don't shove it in a closet right away, because it might get moldy and you don't want that. Actually, some of these liners do come right out. You can throw it in the wash. I haven't gone that far yet because my helmet's fairly new, but I'm sure down the road we'll be taking out our liners and giving them a good wash in the laundry machine. Oh my god, it's hot. So Kyle's just gone to go get some tire shine, and we're gonna see if it works on the plastics.
So some of the products that I wanted to talk to you guys about and what I use on the bike. I like to cheat with some of this tire shine. I've seen it work before in other videos, like I was mentioning before, and it does awesome for plastics that are all scratched up from, you know, mudding or whatever. So you can put this on pretty much anything just to kind of revitalize some of the plastic. Some of the more porous plastic, like you know, fender flares or whatever, the black generic plastic, this, you know, tire or not tire, just Pro Shine for interior dashes and stuff like that, it does really well. All of these here, you just apply it, let it sit for a bit, and then rub it with a rag until you're good with it. This guy here, super clean. It's actually a degreaser, but it works really well for rads. You just soak the rad in it, and then afterwards you just use a light spray hose, and then it'll all come out of the rad, comes out perfect. I've also heard aluminum polish works really well for rads. You might want to give that a shot. This is our generic power washer soap. So we apply it with the power washer in the gun and then let it soak and then wash it off. It does a pretty good job, especially if your bike's just more dusty than anything. And last but not least, I use Gooby Gone to get rid of some of the stickers and grime and junk, bugs, whatever you got. It does a really good job too. So this is what we use today. We're going to be using this next to shine everything up, especially the tires, and then we'll call it a day. Thanks.
So Kyle's got the tire shine going on the plastics, and I'm telling you, it's looking really good. It's just a regular bottle, and we're just going to compare kind of, I don't know how well it's translating in the camera, but it looks good. It smells really good too, actually. So it's a Lucas Slick Mist tire and trim shine. Fast and easy. I don't know how fast and easy it is. Kyle will let you know. It looks pretty.
Everywhere and wipe it around.
Yeah, it looks pretty straightforward. But even just comparing his fenders to mine, and mine's brand new. So I mean, it is in the matte black, but I'm sure if we throw some of that tire shine on it, it'll look mint. So we'll see if we can't get this one shined up too, and we'll let you know how it goes.
The tire shine does a wonderful job. I was a little impatient with some water still on it, but it'll dry out and look perfect. My bike has been through quite a bit, and it's basically show shined. So tire shine is definitely the way to go for detailing a quad after you've washed it. And Cass's bike is brand new, so it was very well received to give it a good scrub. But turned out great, and I hope you picked something up. You know, sometimes there's little tricks, you'll learn something. If you know something that I don't, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. But yeah, now we can put them in the shop, get to work, and make sure they're ready for the next big ride. Thanks, guys.